Hello, whiskey friends. So it's been a minute. It has been an absolute jam-packed month and a half, 2 months really. London Whisky Festival, Midlands Whisky Festival. We've had like a Nicholson Perks tasting. I've had a tasting over in Oxford. I've got a meetup coming up. I've gone and done a distillery tour. All those videos are coming up right now. I've got my Midlands Whisky Festival video. It's actually occurred after the London Whisky Show. However, my audio is absolutely destroyed from that. So I'm doing some work to try and fix that. These whiskey festivals, they get really loud. So even with some attempted microphones, it's a bit of a challenge. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and if you're interested in all the rest of the content, give us a like and a subscribe. I'm in edit mode at the moment, so I will try and get it all out to you soon.
Okay, and on to the Midlands Whisky Festival. Here we are at Birmingham Station, the bull that got moved there recently from the Olympics. So, making our way to the Whisky Festival down Cannon Street. Yeah, so quite a few people outside. It's about 10 in the morning right now. So you can see already quite a few people outside. Met some friends inside and in the queue. So as we got in, a lot less people compared to the London Whisky Show, but a lot more of a social atmosphere. So we made our way into the first floor here. As you can see, like walking around, we've got Sazerac on the right. A lot of Scotch representation. Lefroy there. There we go, Paul John. Here we have the Buffalo Trace stand, Sazerac. Kilhoman, it's pronounced over here. Glen Scotiard there. Oh, there is Aberfeldy. I mean, half of these Scottish names I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to try. We'll butcher them. Then we made our way upstairs, so it was still really empty at this stage. So everyone was just coming in, so I wanted to do a bit of a scout around, just see the layout and see how many different kind of distilleries and brands were there. Quite interesting to see the Disaronno there with the Sycamore Rye. I think they've only just taken over the distribution of that over here, so that was interesting. A few small like independents and stuff here as well. Glenarchy, I'm sure I mispronounced or butchered the name on that one. The rum room, I didn't actually end up getting into the rum room because not a massive rum drinker. Art for Dodger, these guys are really great, so independent bottlings as well, so picking up from around the place. Compass Box, really good pours from them. As we kept making our way around and heading towards the dram section, there's specialty brands. So these guys, Australia represent Star Wild and the Mictas there. So here you can see straight up is the initial cues for the Dream Drams section. So there's no introduction really needed there for the Pappies and BTACs. So we got in for our first dram there. Dram 1 of the day is the Pappy 15. And these were 2 pours per token, so the WL Weller we had as a second pour. And then on the second day, we actually went for the Rye and the George T Stag. Speaking of Buffalo Trace, they had a pretty good selection out. 1792 and the Holidays were out. As you can see, a couple of Wellers at the back there, as well as the core range. And obviously I had to get myself a pour of that number 1792. Not as big of a fan as I thought I was going to be on that. So you can see it's starting to get a little bit busier now as we worked our way around. And it did quite get quite busy, so I ended up booking out and checking out the foods that they had. Which this cheese here, oh my god, this was amazing. This Gorgonzola. I ended up picking up one of these meat boxes too, brought that home. The nice cured venison. So it's always nice when these kind of like extra little additional side things come on in shows. Now I heard these guys were new this year. They did these kind of meat boxes. Don't know what you call them. Béarnaise sauce, and honestly, this thing, I mean, it tasted as good as it looks. It was fantastic. Back in then, this is at the Artful Dodger, doing a nice pour. So this was a 20-year-old, I think from Dickel, and yeah, it was quite phenomenal. Very oaky, very rich, really rich actually. Quite enjoyed that pour. So it's unreleased as of yet, so not sure when they're bringing that one out. Probably keep an eye out. And then we went on for a tasting for Sazerac. So as you can see, my favourite pour on the planet, Eagle Rare 17, Chef's Kiss. So Sazerac Rye, Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor, Weller Foolproof, Stag, and Willie Trey himself.
This whiskey is part of something called the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. So it is a very limited release every year. A select number of bottles come out, and that is it. It's once a year, and then you can't get any more. Every batch every year is different. So this in itself is a unique bottling. It's a 17-year-old Eagle Rare, minimum 17, so it can be slightly older and release to release, but essentially that 17 means that it's a minimum of 17 years old. So the Eagle Rare 10 you can try through at the stand, is the minimum 10-year-old version. Buffalo Trace that we tried and Stag are also the same mash bill, so again, as I mentioned earlier, this just kind of highlights what cask does or barrels do to flavour over time. So you should have a really nice, really high quality liquid after this amount of time in barrel. Lots of toffee, lots of caramel, lots of oak, almost that kind of leatheriness. Cherries comes into it as well, and that often gets picked up. But it should be a really nice polished finished liquid. This one is 50.5% ABV, so you're coming back down slightly from Stag, but it's still a high ABV liquid. So yeah, add water if that's what you want to do as well. But yeah, please do enjoy.
Enjoy, we did. Oh, what a day. Then back for day 2, where we focused a little bit more on the upstairs on the second day. That was to have a look at the Sycamore Rise and Michter's. I've already tried a few of the Michter's, but wasn't really feeling it on that day. Oh, that was a great little surprising pour. And obviously, before we left, we had to pick up our 2024 Bombergers and our 2024 Shanks. So quite looking forward to. There'll be a video posting about those pretty soon, I think.
And that's it for me. Cheers. Hope you enjoyed, and I might have noticed we've added a new bar as well. So started to get myself just a little bit more organized. See you in the next one.